Is this even going to fit in the frame? It's pretty big. I just saw this in Walmart yesterday, and holy shit, I've never like grabbed something off the shelf so fast. Yeah, before I even saw the price, and then I looked down and saw the price tag. I think it was like $63 Canadian. It was pricey, and I was like, man, that's kind of expensive. Not on sale or anything. Maybe I should wait. No, I can't wait. I gotta have this thing now. This is Mattel, and it looks like they're going after Lego's lunch here. 876 pieces. I'm assuming it's all Lego shaped pieces. There may be some that are custom. Obviously, it looks like the windshield piece there is custom. I don't know if there are some maybe custom shapes that are specific to make this look like a Honda NSX. That's right. I refuse to call it an Acura NSX, but we'll talk about that. But yeah, are some of the pieces, so hyper specific that it's designed specifically for this to look like a Honda NSX? Or is it literally just all Lego shaped pieces? I think it's going to be mostly 90% Lego shaped pieces, but I'm not sure. And obviously size wise, like this is going to be quite a bit bigger than the Lego Speed Champions, but it's also like quite a bit more expensive, right? It's obviously going to be a lot bigger than these, but maybe not quite as big as like some of the Lego Technics. I've never owned any of the Lego Technics cars, but when I was at Walmart, they had for example, Brian O'Connor's Toyota Supra from Fast and the Furious, the orange Toyota Supra from the first Fast and the Furious movie, and honestly, that looked really cool too. And I think that was like, I think those are usually like about $75 Canadian. So this is closer in price and maybe closer in size to the Lego Technics, but the Technics are like their whole own thing. They're not like regular Lego pieces. So this is more like regular Lego, more like these, but bigger. And I actually think that's really cool. Now, first and foremost, I love, 80s cars. The angles, the pop-up headlights. I absolutely love 80s cars. And the late 80s, early 90s for Japanese sports cars was like a little bit of a renaissance for Japan. The Toyota Supras, the Mazda RX-7s. You had like the Mitsubishi 3000 GTs. A lot of people forget about those, how kind of underrated. Nissan 300 ZX. And, of course, the Honda NSX. Like I said, I refuse to call this an Acura NSX. And we'll talk about that because they even mention that on the back of the box. And the more and more I look at the box, the more and more I realize like how above and beyond this is compared to Lego. I mean, for starters, we've got the little Hot Wheels, the little metal Hot Wheels car, and obviously it's Mattel, it's Hot Wheels. That's something that they can do that Lego can't. But I mean, if you look here, build and customize, they're showing the NSX with like pace car lights on it. Obviously, different rims. We've got like the stock aluminum rims here, and we've got some bronze rays, 6-spoke rims there, and they give you both metal parts. It looks like the rims are going to be metal. Again, looks like Acura on the windshield, but I think I've seen the option where it will say Honda. Looks like you can even see the V6 through the back there. So it's going to be a little more detail. I mean, obviously, the Speed Champions, they don't have any engines in them. So, again, this is bigger. It's going to be more detailed. They show it there. Side profile next to the Hot Wheels Dinky car. I call it a Dinky car. I think that's a specific brand for another company, isn't it? Nothing on the bottom there. On the back, again, we got a rear view of the Honda NSX. Are they going to give you the alternate badges to badge it as a Honda? I have a feeling they are. They actually mention here, choose your driver's side. So you put the steering wheel on the left side, like North America, and it's an Acura. JDM style, right-hand drive, put the steering wheel on the right side of the car, and it's a Honda. So they are acknowledging the difference there. And I believe in one of these pictures, I thought right here you can see it says Honda on the front windshield. So it looks like they're going to give you the alternate badging to badge it as a Honda. For those of you who aren't familiar, okay, Acura is like an American thing, okay? So in the 80s, a lot of the Japanese brands were doing this. They had to come out with a luxury division, right? So you had like the Acura Legend. In Japan, that would be called a Honda Legend. The Acura Integra. In Japan, that is a Honda Integra. The Acura NSX, as I just mentioned, in Japan, is a Honda NSX. It is an American thing to rebadge it and call it an Acura because Honda and the other Japanese companies in the 80s, when they wanted to make more expensive cars, or they were making more expensive cars in Japan, they thought Americans aren't going to pay that kind of money for a Honda. But if we say it's an Acura and we say that that's a luxury brand, we can charge more for it and Americans will buy it. It's a luxury brand. It's not a Honda. So again, Acura, that's like an American thing, right? This is a Honda NSX. And right down to the front badge. In Japan, that would obviously be the Honda, H logo. Here we got the Acura logo. And again, I'm assuming they're going to give us the alternate pieces to swap that out for the Honda badging. Now, are these going to be stickers or are they going to be printed on the bricks? I don't know. I haven't opened this yet. It's the first time I've ever seen one of these. Again, so it's Mattel Brick Shop. And again, they're going straight after Lego with this thing. 876 pieces. And again, it looks like most of them are going to be straight up copies of Lego style bricks. So let's open it up and take a look at it. Oh boy. All right. So looks like this whole top piece slides out. And we got all 4 tires in there. Yeah, we got all 4 tires in there. The 2 sets of rims and the dinky car. Jesus Christ, the manuals. No, there's still more. Still more in here. The manual is fucking huge. Holy shit, and it's like full color. Okay, so there's the stickers. So at least this amount is stickers, but that's not the Acura badge. That doesn't look like it's the fog lights or the turn signal, so it looks like a lot of it's going to be printed on the bricks. That looks like it's just the pace car on the side, and again, you got the Acura and the Honda logo for the front windshield banner. So that's great. But look at this, it's like full color, 1990, so going through the history of the NSX. Again, they show it as the street car and the pace car version there. Yeah, here it shows you the Acura. This is the manual for the Acura. And the Honda, you'll have to download the manual. And they do show it there. It does have the Honda badge on the front instead of the Acura badge. So that's outstanding. But yeah, this manual is huge. This is clearly going to take quite some time to put together. And like I said, it looks like they got like the full engine detailed there. So we'll get started on it. This is going to take some time. I'm not going to rush it. I might do a little bit and then take a break and do a little bit, take a break. This could be like an all-day thing. I guess I'll see you when it's done. So this is like the first 2 bags. I think there's 15 bags in total. The first 2 bags are the first 2 it tells you to open. So this is almost like the first major step, I guess, before you open the next, couple of bags. But yeah, you can see here we got NSX branded floor mats, NSX branded door sills. So this is the front of the car here. There's going to be more up here. This is like going to be the cockpit here. This is the back of the car. So this is where the engine's going to be. This is going to be the trunk. We've already got the diffuser and the exhaust pipes on there. So far, instructions are fairly clear. I'm using the online instructions that I downloaded to do the Honda NSX, and haven't missed any parts. The quality of the parts, I will say, is not 100% up there with Lego. You can see a lot of stretch marks in the plastic, inconsistencies. The clutching force maybe not as consistent, although it's close. I've certainly felt worse like knockoff Lego. So as far as knockoff Lego goes, it's good. The quality is good. It's just not exactly quite up there with real Lego, but it's close. So this is bag 3 and 4. This is the next 2 bags they tell you to open. So this is kind of like the next step, if you will. And this kind of answers the question there, I think, as far as custom pieces go. Like, again, most of these are like Lego pieces. I'm assuming this is not. This looks very specific, and it is printed. It looks like there's like a fuel door printed on that piece there. So there's definitely some specific pieces, I think specifically to the NSX here. But again, like most of these are Lego pieces. And again, I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, you can kind of see some stretch marks, some imperfections. They're not 100% up there with the quality of Lego, but again, they're close enough. So this is, I think, 4 bags later. And we've got quite a lot going on here. Again, these fenders are specific to this NSX. They aren't generic Lego fenders. On the back, we do have the Honda. It's going to be really hard to see, but it does say Honda there. We also have the Japanese license plate. So when you do the Honda, you use the Japanese license plate instead of the American one. We got the engine in there. So you can see the VTEC dual overhead cam, V6, and they even used some little coolant hoses there and reservoir for, I don't know if that'd be clutch or brake fluid reservoir there. But yeah, fairly detailed for what it is. Yeah, the detail's pretty cool. I like the way they did the indent there for the intakes on the rear quarters. And so far it's pretty sturdy. But yeah, again, we still haven't really got the front clip done yet. So this is still just, the greenhouse and the back of the car. But yeah, pretty cool so far. The next 2 bags here, pretty technical. We're getting a little more into, well, this is going to be like the suspension, right? And the steering. I forgot to mention, I believe this has, you turn the steering wheel and it's actually going to turn the front wheels. So yeah, as you can see, we're getting into kind of like, I'm guessing those are going to be like control arms. And we got a lot of bits that turn, a lot of posts and everything. But everything's color coded. You can see there's like green ones, yellow ones, pink ones. So yeah, as far as the directions go, it's pretty easy to follow. The interior coming together. No stickers. These were all printed. So you get the gauge cluster. You get the radio. Slanted, as it should be. I like the way they did the glove box. Got the Rip It e-brake and the shifter. And again, the steering wheel does turn the front wheels. So that's the way the suspension all comes together. You can see we're starting to build out the front of the car and some of the interior. Getting the front end together. And as you can see, we've got hinges here. So indeed, we have functional pop-up headlights. Hell yeah, baby. Quite the elaborate seats. All right, we got a very special piece here. It's the back glass. And so obviously that's going to go over the engine compartment like that. And of course this is hinged, so it will open. And another very specialty piece, of course, the front windshield. Just going to go on there, something like that. T-top roof. Got the Honda badge on the front. And I'm going to go with the bronze Rays 6-spoke wheels. As mentioned, these are metal. And they just kind of push in and click into the wheels like so. As mentioned, the front wheels do steer, and that does turn the steering wheel. Or vice versa, of course. The steering wheel will turn the front wheels. Even the door is more elaborate than you might think. I mean, on the outside, it's just a door, but on the inside, they've got, the angled panel and the door handle and everything. And of course, these are hinged, so they will hinge out once they are on the car. All right, and there she is, all finished. Of course, the doors all work. The interior is complete. Steering works. Got the pop-up headlights that work. The back hatch opens up. Obviously, they're pretty detailed with the engine. And yeah, Honda in the back with the Japanese license plate. It's fairly sturdy. I mean, you can definitely pick this up. It doesn't feel like it's going to fall apart. Bottom looks like this. It's got this metal plate, little surprise in there. It's a little metal Hot Wheels plate. I don't know exactly why, but that's the nameplate, I guess. It does say Acura NSX on it. The T-tops do come off. It's a little fiddly there, but yeah, that does come off if you want to have the... And then there is little fillers if you want the... you don't want that gap there. But yeah, again, that interior is pretty detailed. The full stereo stack and vents and gauge cluster. And, the seats, like I said, the seats are pretty elaborate. Got NSX on the door sill, NSX on the floor mats, NSX on the center armrest. And, yeah, the dual overhead cam VTEC. That might be flipped. That maybe is supposed to face towards me. I'm not sure. So yeah, I mean, a little more detailed in some ways than I expected. And a little bit bigger, I think, than I expected. I mean, I knew it was going to be, I knew it was going to be bigger than, the Speed Champions Lego. And again, you got optional Honda and Acura on the brick and on the sticker, and the brick on the back. All the bricks are printed. There is no stickers that you have to put on the bricks. So that was already printed on there. That was already printed on there. Everything's printed on, that's printed on the bricks. You don't have to apply the stickers like you do on these, right? A lot of these are stickers you have to apply, right? Again, no stickers. Any brick that has details on it, that was all printed on the blocks. Here, there's turn signals. Actually, here too. All printed on. So, again, the quality of the plastic is like a small step below Lego, but it's pretty minor. On the flip side, again, everything printed on, pretty specialty pieces for the front and rear windshield and hatch there. And again, more detail on some of the inside, the seats and the engine, and even the door, inside of the doors is more detailed than you might expect. And yeah, so pretty cool. Definitely, for me, as a fan of this car, again, for me, I was buying it regardless of the price. Worth $63 Canadian? I mean, I don't know. That's up to you guys. I mean, I bought it. Would I buy it again? Yes, in a heartbeat. It's pretty cool. Whether it's worth full price to you, I don't know. There's maybe an argument to make that it's a little overpriced. Do they go on sale again? I don't know. I'm not going to tell you it's worth it or not. If it's worth it to you, it's worth it. But Jesus Christ, that is so cool. See you guys later.